What's up everyone, I'm Nikhil from Greedy Tech and this is the camera comparison between the OnePlus 5 and the OnePlus 5T. On the rear, both the phones come with a dual camera setup with a 16 megapixel primary camera with f1.7 aperture and a 20 megapixel secondary camera for depth sensing. On OnePlus 5, secondary camera has f2.6 aperture with a focal length of 36mm. On OnePlus 5T, secondary camera has f1.7 aperture with a focal length of 27mm, which is the same as its primary camera. Now on the front, both the phones come with the same 16 megapixel camera with f2.0 aperture. Now these are some shots that I took in daylight and well-lit conditions. All the pictures were taken with Auto HDR on both the phones. As you are seeing, there is absolutely no difference between both the cameras. Well, it's just a different phone, but both the phones have the same primary sensor, so we are seeing similar results. OnePlus 5 secondary camera has telephoto lens, so in the camera app, we have this button for a quick 2x zoom. OnePlus 5T has a normal secondary camera but still offers the same 2x button, but on this phone it's digital zoom. Some of the images are followed by 2x zoomed images, so you can check out the difference between both of them. So guys, in well-lit conditions, rear cameras give the same results on both the phones. Even for the 2x zoomed images, there isn't much noticeable difference. Both the phones use the secondary camera to provide us the portrait mode. But this time, OnePlus 5T has the cameras with the same focal length. On OnePlus 5, because of the telephoto lens, you have different focal length, and when you take a portrait shot, images get cropped, and this is not an issue with the OnePlus 5T. These are the sample shots. While taking these portrait shots, I had to move forward and backward to get the framing right, but OnePlus 5T takes wider portrait shots. Now coming to the pictures, both do a great job at blurring out the background, but I personally like the ones from the OnePlus 5T because of the slight difference in skin tones. In low light conditions, OnePlus 5T uses the secondary camera and intelligent pixel technology to merge data from 4 pixels into 1 pixel and increase the clarity and reduce the noise. And it does seem to be doing a better job than OnePlus 5. Images from OnePlus 5T are much cleaner and have noticeably less noise. Color reproduction seems to be the same on both the phones. In daylight conditions, once again we get very similar selfies on both the phones with slightly different skin tones. Rest of the aspects like color reproduction, dynamic range, sharpness are all the same. In low light, once again you get very similar results with slightly different color tones. 5T has a slight pinkish hue to it. Auto flash works almost equally well on both the phones. So guys, for selfies, there isn't much difference. Both the phones can record video in 4K and in 1080p at 30fps and 60fps. Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from Greedy Tech and this is the camera comparison between the OnePlus 5T and the OnePlus 5, and I'm recording this video in 1080p on both the phones. Both the phones lack optical image stabilization, but offer electronic image stabilization even while recording 4K video. Now these are the sample footages. While moving around, OnePlus 5T feels more stable, and footage from OnePlus 5 feels kinda choppy. OnePlus 5 also has slight issues with focusing. It has that focus hunting issue, but it is very small. By the way, it also produces a slightly warmer footage with more saturated colors. You can check out the leaves for that. Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from Greedy Tech, and this is the camera comparison between the OnePlus 5 and the OnePlus 5T. On the left side I have the OnePlus 5 and on the right side I have the OnePlus 5T. Well, that's the reverse case. Anyway, just check out the noise cancellation while I'm talking and just ignore what I'm saying. Now coming to front camera video recording, both the phones can record video in 1080p and both offer electronic image stabilization, and that works really well on both the phones. Once again, colors are slightly warmer on OnePlus 5 and look much more cleaner on OnePlus 5T. Once again, there is a slight difference in skin tone colors, and I kinda prefer the OnePlus 5. So guys, to conclude, there isn't much difference between both the phones. Only in low light, 5T does a better job, and for portrait shots, on 5T, you get wider shots than OnePlus 5. Between these two phones, for cameras, I'll definitely suggest you the OnePlus 5T, especially because of the wider portrait shots. So guys, looking at these images, which phone do you think did better and why? Do let me know by commenting below this video, and if you are planning to buy either of these phones, use the link in the description, it helps the channel. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to see more cool videos on tech. I'm Nikhil from Greedy Tech signing off. Have a nice day.